Good evening, kids. Welcome back to the 7th semester. This is Nagarjun Reddy from Electrical Department. I will be handling disaster management course for you. You know very well that in the recent past, there has been so much loud noise regarding the COVID-19, which is the most scariest pandemic which the world has ever experienced. This also comes under disasters. And this sort of disasters will be dealt in this course of disaster management. As you all know that every natural disaster or a man-made disaster, they create havoc and bring huge losses to the economy. And with global warming and the most important, with the updated human technology and intelligence, disasters seem to be getting more and more common, and they are necessitating the need for disaster management course. And that's why the governments across the globe, they feel that everybody, every individual is supposed to understand how to manage a disaster. And that's why this particular course is being offered across all professional programs across the globe. Disaster management program. And for you, I'll be handling this disaster management course. Before introducing this course, we have interacted with industrial persons and those who are in this field of disaster management. And we have identified certain knowledge areas and skills and qualities which are required for an engineer or for any individual to manage these disasters. So the knowledge areas which they have proposed are, they said that every individual must know what are the precautionary measures that are to be taken for different disasters and what must be the action plan for prevention, if not prevention, at least mitigation and preparedness for different disasters, and what are the risks and vulnerabilities associated with the disasters, and the role of technology in the management of a disaster. And the proposed that there must be 3 technical skills that every individual must identify: the mitigation strategies, preventive measures, and maintain some sort of preparedness before the onset of a disaster. And every individual must identify what are the areas of risks and what are the most vulnerable zones or what are the most vulnerable sections for a disaster, and act suitably to minimize the impact of disaster on these sections. And if possible, every individual must apply the multimedia technology in order to minimize the impact of a disaster. So with the concept of introducing these skills and letting you have a good grip of the knowledge on disaster management, we have designed the course contents into 4 units, and the 4 learning objectives for each of the units are: we will be letting you know, you will be developing your knowledge on the types of disasters, their impact, and what is a national policy on the disaster management, and the prevention, mitigation, and preparedness measures for handling different disasters, and what are the emergency support functions. And also, we will let you improve your knowledge on the different types of vulnerable sections, vulnerable areas, and the risks associated with the disaster, and also how to overcome the financial aspects of a disaster. And also, in the last unit, after completion of the last unit, I hope you will get good knowledge on how to manage the infrastructure, the different types of infrastructure, and also particularly what is the role of technology in addressing the drought, the drought, which is the most important disaster which is happening in our country in the recent past, and the role of multimedia technology in training the people regarding the disaster management. So keeping these things in view, we have designed 4 units. Unit number 1 deals with types of disasters, the definitions of disaster and the types of disasters, and the precautionary measures and action plan, what you are supposed to do for different disasters, and the national policy on disaster management. And in unit number 2, it deals with prevention, preparedness, and mitigation measures. And I will also introduce you to the post-disaster reliefs and how logistics, which is the most important thing, will be managed during a disaster, and how materials and resources are mobilized during a disaster. You know that in the recent past, floods, cyclones are happening very frequently. So how materials, relief items, how relief camps will be designed. So we will have fun in designing relief camps for different situations. Right? And unit number 3, I will let you know regarding the vulnerable sections of the society who are more affected with these disasters, and will come across the risks which are associated with the disasters. And we will also try to have a good knowledge on financial management of the disasters. And unit number 4 is exclusively on the role of technology in disaster management. So particularly different infrastructures are there, very valuable infrastructures are there. So how they will be affected during the disasters. And second thing, how multimedia or technology is helping us. Particularly, the role of technology is very, very, very helpful in assessing the drought or famine in our country. So how drought is being assessed with the technology, and in particular, how recently the multimedia technology has been used for disaster risk management in the recent past. And these are the course learning outcomes. I hope by the end of this course you will be able to classify the disasters, and you will be able to identify the mitigation, preventive measures, and action plan for the preparedness before the disaster, during the disaster, and aftermath of the disaster. And I hope you will be listing out the vulnerable groups and examine the concepts of how to minimize the impacts. And lastly, I hope you will be effectively utilizing the multimedia technology and managing the disaster. And these are the textbooks and reference books which I'll be employing for handling this particular course, apart from different case studies which I have come across. I have been handling this particular course for the past 4 years, so I hope I will be giving you a complete picture about how to handle the disasters. And coming to the teaching and learning activities, as you know that I'll be posting the weekly tutorials or weekly assignments in the coursework, and I'll post the solutions also at the end of the week. Try to go through these tutorials and assignments. We will have a very good number of flipped classrooms in class. It is not going to be a theory subject just like other subjects. We'll be having fun. We'll have a beautiful interaction between us. We'll be going through different case studies, and we'll be hoping that we will be participating in a very good meaningful interactions in the class. And coming to the special assignments, last time also we have done special assignments. So you post them, you complete them, special assignments and the normal assignments A1 and A2. You write them in Word documents and you upload them in the MS Teams and in documents formats, and I will correct them. This will surely improve your English skills and improve your knowledge, depth of knowledge. And my sincere request, don't copy anything, okay? Try to be original. And there are beautiful course projects also designed for you exclusively. These have been uploaded in your coursework. So go through them. Try to take up at least one course project. I will help you a lot. This will help your career also. And the assessment and grading, you have been going through this for the past 2 years. There will be assignments, minors, mid-semesters, and end semester. And my expectations, I want you to attend each class punctually, read the recommended textbook and the materials, and work all the assignments and submit them before due dates. Okay? Thank you. Stay safe and stay home.